Chapter 3, Basic Components, Part 2, Rolling Stock. Chapter 3, Basic Components. 3, 1. All railway rolling stocks or whatever generally include the six basic components of the i.e. truck, wheels, and underframe drafting gear, brake gear, couplers, and superstructure body. There are exceptions. The flat car generally have no superstructure. Many cars are overseas and are equipped only with handbrakes. Some are foreign cars, and in fact, no brakes at all. Other cars on foreign railways hook and link and couplings within the buffer arrangement of the lieu of the automatic coupler within the drafting gear. This various components is discussed separately. Generally, detailed inspection and maintenance procedure indicated and applicable. 3.2. The terms and designated wheel assembly, and with each an end of the car supports the underframe and the underframe superstructure of the freight passenger car. It consists of one, two, or more pairs of wheels. And main European type of freight cars have only two pairs of wheels or bogies, and one each. And one of the most common freight equipment of the four-wheel trucks are standard heavy-duty flat cars. Passenger cars are usually equipped with six-wheel trucks, and a truck is applicable is flexible so that it rides interfering with it rides without interfering with other parts of the car, and wheels follow the curves and trucks with the climbing rails and cause the possible derailment. Essentially, most likely required repair placement readily accessible. All trucks must be standard pedestal type of trucks must in parts today usually in a general service freight car, except for the trucks and rolling bearings. The passenger truck assembly is designed to meet all the interlocking structural requirements provided by proper and flexible to ensure free riding, having good wheels used in passenger cars. Track performance and service resemblance of the passenger car trucks of the freight cars limited to similar function, high-speed operation necessity type of passenger cars included the features of the safety passengers event and of abnormal impact in which swing suspension of the vertical lateral snubbing devices, truck mounted brake and cylinder and brake gear and car trucks are discussed in detail. Chapter 4.3.3 overseas truck overseas fleet truck parts. The trucks of the Department of the Army to 40-ton fleet differ from the size of those of the 30-ton fleet. However, the trucks parts within each fleet are the identical interchange. For example, the Department of Stocks oversees the truck side frames and bolster springs, dust guards, journal brake bearings, wedges, and as wheels, axles indicate interchangeable to the parts of all trucks and cars equal capabilities. The truck for the 40-ton exempt of the lightweight side feeding frame and child cast iron wheels within modified meeting operational conditions overseas and similar to those in the modification of truck components of continual modification truck components and continual United States Railway areas and where limits and maintenance practices the Conus railways applicable. 3-4 wheels and axles. Car wheels are three general types of cast iron, cast steels, and wrought steel. The cast iron wheels are no longer used by commercial railroads and Conus and discussed in herein because of the component with the parts of 30-ton, 40-ton overseas military car fleet. The every services Army owned and freight car is in overseas as well. Wrought steel wheels are generally are generally are general sorry are generally figure 3-1 are standard for wheels, coil spring, car bolus, or car trucks. B. The car axle is solid axle or solid friction bearings and rolling bearings. They are not only holding the wheels to gauge, it is tremended with the load from the journal bearing to the wheels. Extremely ends of the axles known as the journals. They turn to the sides and burnish the bolus. The portion between the wheel seat and the back journal fillet seat with a dust guard, and there's known as dust guard collar. The wheel seats and the dust guard collar, the axle diameter pointed and fixed by the regulation covering the standard axle dimension, condemning limits and minimum diameters, maximum lengths for which in the axle is continued in service. Wheels and air axles are fully discussed in paragraph 4.3 through 4.11. Underframe. The underframe is a framework receives the buffering and pulling stresses carries and combined with the weight in the car loading. And the underframe consists of all framing below the floor and including the sills and center and side and platforms, baluster, cross bearers, cross ties, and sills and stacking plates and required safety attachments. See Chapter 5 for discussion on underframe assembly, etc. 3. Draft gears are located at each end of the car, connected with the coupler underframe. The ends of the draft gear bear against the shoulders of the drafting cast of the lugs, which are welded in center sills. These castings are lug transmitted to the sill. And the remainder of the car is the stress received in draft gear. Draft gears cushion the stocks in between the car and the being coupled and within the suddenly change and head instead shock and gradually increase both again pulling against the car structure. The structure results in so-called the running in and running out slack purpose left in the couplers to permit and train and to be started out one car at a time. Original draft gears and spring type modern cars However, there are earlier either springs coupled and friction devices dampen and recoil ordinarily accompanies and real estate compressed spring of the recently developed rubber cushions type. See Chapter 6 for more detailed discussion of drag gears. 3.7 Couplers and counternuts. The coupler is a device which connects one car to another, maintains connection, disconnects cars. The AR Type 3 AR Type E coupler is the standard of the railways in the United States of the freight, and although some of the cars built in 1933 still equipped with the Type D couplers, and Type E couplers have been required on all cars built since 1933. Two types of coupler shanks are available now. Two coupler shanks are available, known respectively as rigid shanks of the swivel bolt shank. The swivel bolt shank permits the horizontal rapid action of the coupler expected to the longitude center of this car. Arrangement is an advantage of the coupling of the covered track. These couplers are discussed and illustrated in Chapter